I'm John, your YouTube English teacher. In this lesson, we're going to study 18 advanced phrasal verbs for emotions. Before we start, don't forget there are quiz questions in the community section on YouTube. Also, don't forget to join my new Telegram group. The link is in the description. Let's go. Number 1, bottle up. You've been quiet lately. Is everything okay? I'm fine. Just a lot on my mind, I guess. You know, it's not good to bottle up your feelings. Maybe you're right. I should probably talk about what's bothering me. It's not good to bottle up your emotions. To hide one's feelings rather than expressing them. He bottled up his anger for years. She's bottling up her sadness instead of looking for support. Bottle is, of course, related to a bottle, like a bottle of water. If we bottle something up, that means we put it in the bottle and we put the cap on the bottle to close it. Of course, if we bottle up our feelings, we don't let them escape the bottle. Number 2, hold back. That movie was so sad. I noticed you wiping your eyes. Were you crying? I tried to hold back the tears, but the story was just too sad. It's okay to let it out sometimes. I tried to hold back my tears. To try to control emotions from showing. During the goodbye, she had to hold back her tears. He held back his anger during the meeting to remain professional. If we think about hold, it means something can't move. We have it, we're holding it. If we hold something back, it's like we prevent it from happening. Number 3, fight back. You look upset. What's wrong? It's nothing, just some personal stuff. Let me know if you want to talk about it. I'm here for you. Thanks, maybe later. I'm really fighting back the tears right now. I'm fighting back the tears right now. To hold back, but stronger. She fought back tears as she read the goodbye letter. He fought back tears when he heard the bad news. To fight back and to hold back are almost the same verb. To fight is a strong word. It means you're almost fighting with your emotions. Back in this context refers to preventing something. Number 4, pour out. You seem different today, like you're in a better mood. I finally talked to my sister about everything I've been going through. That sounds like a relief. It was. I poured my heart out to her. I feel so much better. I poured my heart out to her. To openly and freely express one's feelings. He poured out his frustration and anger in a letter. During therapy, she felt safe enough to pour out her feelings. The pronunciation for the verb pour is the same as the opposite of rich. A rich person, a poor person. But that's not this verb. This verb is talking about like when you put liquid into something like a cup. You can pour out coffee into a cup. That's the same idea when you have feelings inside of you. You pour them out, just like liquid, into a cup, with a little force. Number 5, snap out of. Your energy has been low all day. What's up? Just feeling a bit down, I guess. You need to snap out of it. Let's go for a walk or something. You're probably right. Some fresh air might help. You need to snap out of it and get your energy back. To quickly feel better in terms of a mood or emotion. After a week of feeling down, he finally snapped out of it. He needs to snap out of his bad mood before the party tonight. The verb to snap references a sound. It's the sound your fingers make when you do this. This is a sudden and quick action and can represent a change, a very quick change. In this context, it's about changing your mood to something that's better. You snap out of your bad mood very quickly. Number 6, shake up. You seem off. Did something happen? Yeah, I almost got into an accident on the way to work. Oh my God, are you okay? I'm fine. I just feel a little shaken up. I feel a little shaken up after the near accident. To disturb someone, often because of a shock or scare. The news of the accident really shook her up. The earthquake shook everyone up, but there was no major damage. The verb shake refers to what earthquakes do to the ground. They shake things, which causes chaos. Sometimes your emotions are in chaos. So if you feel shaken up, it means something happened that scared you, so you're not quite right inside. Number 7, perk up. What's wrong? You don't look so good. Oh, nothing. Just feeling a little down. Here, you should have some chocolate. You'll perk up right away. Oh, great. I love chocolate. Chocolate always helps me perk up. To become happier. To cheer up. She perked up after having her morning coffee. He perked up when he saw his puppy at the door. A perk, in general, is something that's positive, something that's beneficial. So if you perk up, it's a positive feeling. You become happier. Do you perk up when you have your coffee in the morning? This man in the photo definitely needs to perk up. Number 8, melt down. What's wrong with Jenny? She's crying. She's been really stressed lately. I heard she was thinking about leaving the company. Maybe she's going to quit after melting down like that. She was melting down due to the pressure. To have an emotional breakdown, often due to stress or pressure. After failing the exam, he completely melted down. She melted down after losing her job. Down in this case refers to something that's failing. Melt down is very similar to the verb break down. If something breaks down, it fails, usually a machine. Well, here, if something melts down, it's the same kind of idea. Your emotions fail. Number 9, summon up. How did you manage to speak in front of all those people? It definitely wasn't easy. I was afraid. Well, you did great. I couldn't tell you were nervous at all. Thanks. It took a lot, but I summoned up the courage and went out there. I had to find a way to summon up the courage. To gather courage in order to do something. He summoned up the courage to ask his boss for a raise. She summoned up her strength for the final part of the marathon. Now, I know this is my job, but I don't know exactly where the word summon comes from. But I can tell you it's very similar to the verb call. It's a lot more formal and used in more formal contexts. So when you summon up some courage or some strength, you call it from inside you, so you become brave. Number 10, tear up. Did you finish reading the letter from Grandma? Yeah, she always knows what to say. You're tearing up. You really found that emotional. I always get emotional when talking about Grandma. You're tearing up. To begin to cry with an emphasis on tears forming in the eyes. He teared up as he listened to the emotional speech. The beautiful song made her tear up. First, pronunciation. There are two versions of the first word. There is tear, which talks about the little drops of water in your eyes. There's also tear. Just remember that everything in English is context. Tear up kind of makes sense when you think your tears come from inside your body up into your eyes, and you tear up before you cry. Number 11, loosen up. You've been so tense lately. What's going on? Just work stress. I can't seem to relax. Maybe you need to find a way to loosen up. Have you tried yoga? No, but that sounds like a good idea. I'll give it a try. You could loosen up by trying some yoga. To relax when someone is stressed. After seeing some familiar faces, he started to loosen up and enjoy the party. She loosened up after a day at the spa. Loose is the opposite of tight. When I think of loose and tight, I think of the laces on your shoes. I also think of a person wearing a tie to work. Usually, the tie is formal and very tight. After you work, you usually loosen your tie and relax. And that's where this verb comes from, loosen up. Number 12, brim with. You look so happy. What's the good news? I just received my exam results. I passed with flying colors. That's amazing. You must be brimming with joy right now. I am. It's such a relief. She was brimming with joy after passing the exam. To be overflowing with a positive emotion. She was brimming with happiness on the morning of her wedding. After going to the gym, he was brimming with confidence. Brim is a strange verb. It's not very common, but I think it refers to something on your head because brim is also a part of a hat. To keep things simple, you can just remember that this verb is similar to radiate, the verb radiate. If you're radiating with emotion, you're overflowing and showing a lot of emotion. Number 13, come over. You suddenly look so sad. What happened? Well, I just remembered that someone I know is really sick. It looks like it's really affecting you. A wave of sadness just came over me. Sorry, everything is okay. A wave of sadness just came over me. To suddenly feel sad. A feeling of sadness came over her as she looked at old photographs. Whenever he leaves, a deep sadness comes over me. Over, remember, refers to the shape of an arc. So if a wave of emotion or sadness comes over a person, we can think of the verb cover. That's what's happening here. The wave of emotion is covering the person, so they feel sad. Number 14, not care for. How is your tea? Honestly, I wish I had ordered coffee instead. I guess you don't like tea then. I'm definitely a coffee person. I don't care for tea very much. I don't care for tea. To not like or have an interest in something. She doesn't care for spicy food. It's too much for her taste. They don't care for loud music at parties. They prefer to relax. Not like is different than not care for. Not like is more general, common, and a little stronger. If you don't care for something, it's more about opinion and preference. And remember, this word not is modified. We usually say, I don't care for something, or he or she doesn't care for something. We can modify that word. Number 15, have against. Why don't you ever talk to Jess at work? We just don't have much in common. She thinks you don't like her. I don't have anything against her. We're just different people. I don't have anything against Jess. To have a negative feeling towards a person. She has nothing against her coworkers. She's just a shy person. Do you have something against me? You've been avoiding me lately. Remember, the word against means you're fighting or opposing something. And remember, this structure is generally have something against someone. Something just represents an opinion. Try to stick to that structure. Number 16, turn against. I can't believe what management is doing. It's the worst. It's like they want to disrespect their employees. You know, they always say we're a team, but it just doesn't feel like it. We were a team, but they're forcing us to turn against them. We should organize and protest. We're going to turn against them if they treat us like this. To start to oppose someone or something. The public turned against the government after the corruption scandal. After the divorce, he tried to turn the children against their mother. Normally, when you support something, you go with that thing. But when you turn against it, you're on the opposite side of it and you're opposing, confronting, or facing it, almost like a challenge. Number 17, work into. You seem really bothered by the news. I can't help it. It's just so frustrating to see things not changing. I understand, but getting worked into a panic just causes stress. You're right. I should calm down. I can't get worked into a panic. To become very agitated, excited, or upset about something. The thought of the upcoming deadline worked him into a panic. The heated debate worked her into a state of anger. Work in this situation kind of represents stress. Something is working someone into an emotion, into a state of feeling. In this case, we can be worked into a panic, we can be worked into a state of anger, and the cause is often some kind of news or other types of stress. Something is working someone into feeling a certain way. Number 18, feel up to. You seem really tired tonight. You're right. Honestly, I'd like to just stay home. You don't want to go out? It sounds nice, but maybe tomorrow. I'm not really feeling up to it tonight. I don't feel up to it tonight. Maybe tomorrow. To feel in the right mood to do something. After the flu, he didn't feel up to returning to work. She didn't feel up to going to the party after the long day she had. Remember, up has a lot of definitions, but generally it means something positive. If you're up for something, or if you feel up to doing something, it means you have that positive emotion. You're excited. If you don't feel up to doing something, you're not excited about it. You really don't want to do it. This is also one of those strange situations where after the word to, we have to use ing. Feel up to doing something, similar to look forward to doing something. Thank you guys so much for watching my lessons, my videos, and if you'd like to support the channel, just like and subscribe. Also, I'm trying to help you, so I post quiz questions in the community section on YouTube, and I just started a Telegram group. Everyone is welcome to join and participate, and I hope to help you learn more English. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next lesson.